Hello, you're watching Buckingham News. I'm Owen Hughes. Our top stories. The University of Buckingham is set to become Europe's first positive university, focusing on psychology among staff and students. New plans approved by Buckingham Town Council could see the construction of several chain restaurants outside the town centre, and all residents with an MK postcode are eligible for free tickets to a Milton Keynes Dons home match in celebration of the city's 50th birthday. Buckingham Town Council has recently proposed plans to build a new Beefeater, Costa Coffee and Premier Inn. Alice Hills has the story.
Buckingham residents have been voicing their opinions on a proposed new site after planning application for a new chain restaurant or hotel were accepted by the Town Council. The suggested names behind the new premises include Costa Coffee, a Beefeater restaurant or a Premier Inn hotel.
This move follows quickly in the wake of Buckingham's latest chain food offering in the shape of Domino's Pizza.
What we're looking at is the proposal by Whitbread, and they want to put in a Premier Inn, which will have 82 rooms. They want to put in a Beefeater restaurant and pub, and they want to put in a Costa coffee shop, which will both be a sit-in and drive-through. So it does exactly what Buckingham Town Council wants, provides more employment for the area, but this is providing some retail, restaurants, pubs, coffee shops in a part of the town at the moment that doesn't have it.
Information of the new site, expected to be off the main Tesco's roundabout, we hit the streets to see if the consensus was pro or anti any possible new outlets.
Any site you build on the outside of a town centre will always take trade away.
You know, it'd be nice, one of them maybe a bigger chain restaurants.
We need them inside of town, to be honest, because it's drawing people from outside the centre. So that's my opinion.
It is clear that the people of Buckingham have mixed views on the new buildings, which have been confirmed but are awaiting adjustments. This is Alice Hills for Buckingham News.
The University of Buckingham has adopted the approach of positive psychology and is now to become Europe's first positive university. Following in the footsteps of a field-leading Mexican university, Buckingham will focus ever more greatly on the mindfulness and positive mental attitude of its students. Toby Egbaji has more.
The University of Buckingham hopes that students will feel more educated and enjoy learning to fulfil their purposes in the future. With mental problems on the rise at British universities, the Vice-Chancellor feels that it is the job of a good university to help students.
Sir Anthony told Buckingham News, "Our approach ensures that the university takes responsibility for the mental health and well-being of not just students but staff also. In contrast to the traditional approach in the UK, the universities are academic institutions first and foremost, and that the emotional, psychological and holistic development of their students is not their primary business."
Psychology very much evaluates how people learn and can help to overcome barriers with the most positive way of thinking. Head of Department at Psychology at the University of Buckingham spoke more on this.
Positive psychology is simply looking at the other end of the spectrum. So rather than looking at difficulties and problems that people have, it's looking at how to help them to feel better about themselves, be healthier, happier and more flourishing. There's a university in Mexico called Tech Milenio, and they have embedded these principles at the centre of their university. Now, we're not going to do exactly what they're doing, but they've shown a way, a kind of pathway, and I think we have to do what's right for Buckingham.
The University of Buckingham hopes that by creating positive tutors and students will prove to be the right way to achieve substantial success. This is Toby Barjay reporting for Buckingham News.
There were over 2,500 reported crimes last November in Buckinghamshire. Nicole Mazzini takes a look into how the County Council's latest attempt to tackle crime will impact Buckingham.
Along with the community safety partners across Buckinghamshire, they are currently looking for feedback through an online survey on what should be their priority over the next 3 years. The Safer Bucks plan is one method the County Council introduced in 2011, with the aim to not only reduce crime, but to support those who are most vulnerable to crime and create safer communities within Buckinghamshire.
Well, there have been a few burglaries, yes, particularly on the run-up to Christmas. There's also been some drug dealing, but otherwise Buckingham is reasonably lucky in that he doesn't get a lot.
With the recent burglaries before Christmas and evidence of drug dealing, we asked the members of the public about how safe they feel in Buckingham and if they're aware of any crime that takes place.
I've been here about 8 months. I lived in London for 40 odd years, and I feel 100% a lot safer here than I did in London.
Yes, because we've come over from Milton Keynes. So as far as, safety, and we like the atmosphere of a market town as well.
I don't think there's a huge amount, as far as I know.
The persistent levels of crime might be one of the reasons for the introduction of this new and innovative method. This is Nicole Mazzini reporting for Buckingham News.
The National Student Survey has opened, and with a strong track record, Buckingham will be hoping for another good showing in 2017. Reflecting experiences across the country, last year's study included respondents from more than 350 institutions. Kezia Fenterman reports.
The National Student Survey provides public information about student experiences across the country, with students from more than 350 institutions taking part last year. The online survey is answered directly by eligible students whose honest, first-hand responses give results which have an ever-growing influence on prospective students. The University of Buckingham was ranked first for student satisfaction for the 8th time last year. It outperformed Oxbridge and Russell Group universities, which are some of the leading institutions in the world. But do strong National Student Survey results, particularly those as consistently highly achieving as Buckingham's, actually encourage people to come to the university?
We have done very well, and I think that is down to the question of the personal relationship between staff and students here. But we do surveys about why students have come, and the principal reason is not league tables or of the publicity, it's to do with personal recommendations from former students. And we know that that direct word of mouth, rather than indirectly via NSS surveys or other league table factors, is the principal reason why students come here.
The National Student Survey is certainly growing in importance, and it is clear that students take it into account just as much as league table rankings. Perhaps this is how the University of Buckingham is able to compete with Russell Group universities. This is Kezia Fenterman for Buckingham News.
Lord Judge, former Lord Chief Justice of England, gave a lecture to students and staff of the University of Buckingham on the topic of one of Britain's most important historical documents last week. Mariam and Joy went along to find out exactly what he said.
During his lecture, Lord George said that the Magna Carta of 1215, widely regarded as one of British history's most important documents, was not a constitutional document, but simply a peace treaty intended to prevent a civil war. Yet, through an astonishing and dramatic series of events, it survived as a living instrument.
Lord George highlighted that the Magna Carta isn't just a myth, but a living document that represents liberty, justice, and law of the land.
Magna Carta has been the inspiration for the freedoms which we treasure. That's why it matters. It's a long line, it's gone on for 800 years, but that's what the source of it is, and we tend to believe in it.
The Magna Carta is a charter agreed to by King John of England at Runnymede near Windsor, and has become a crucial backbone of Britain's unwritten constitution.
That the principles of rights and justice that we all defend come essentially from Magna Carta, which has been spread across the world.
At the end of the lecture, Lord George advised that the words of the Magna Carta shouldn't be taken for granted and to make sure that the charter keeps on living. This is Mariam Jai for Buckingham News.
In the first in a series of business enterprise talks, entrepreneur Andrew Wood talked to Buckingham students about the theory behind and the practice of running a successful business. Yuan went along to find out more.
The ADR building played host to Little Wheel's founder Andrew Wood's talk on the importance of spreading risks in business. Mr. Wood's Little Wheel's business specialized in die-cast motor dealing.
During the talk, Mr. Wood gave the audience an inside look into how did he started his company, how his company is growing, and the most important rules of running a business.
You need a number of things. You need a good product, you need the right market, you need to be able to protect your market in terms of barriers to entry for people coming in and doing what you're trying to do. You've got to have energy and intelligence. Those are all very, very important things.
Buckingham's pioneering business enterprise program actively looks to put experts in the field of business, such as Andrew Wood, and students together in order to improve their learning and appreciation of business.
this gentleman is not the youngest person they've ever seen, but his approach to life is young at heart, and he loves what he's doing. They've got to do a very similar thing. If they have passion and they love what they're doing, they will succeed.
An invaluable lesson in the key aspect of running a business, this talk gives the audience a real insight into the inner workings of growing business. This is Yuan Yuan for Buckingham News.
And now over to sport with Sophia Bunker.
Thank you, Owen. In our latest Spotlight on Sports feature, we sent our editorial team in the form of head editor Paul Rutland and head of department Roger Perkins to try out the University of Buckingham's most innovative fitness craze. Chanvik Kanaju went along to see how they coped.
Innovations in exercise is something which all fitness fanatics or health-conscious people are looking to take advantage of. So the University of Buckingham wheelchair exercise classes are to perfect offering. The sports office runs 5 different types of workout classes. A resistance-based workout known as body pump, a yoga-based workout called body balance, CX work which is core-based, Shaban which is dance-based, and finally body combat. The martial arts inspired cardio workout which our Buckingham News editorial team are trying for themselves today. Classes run throughout the week and can be set up in less than 10 minutes, giving flexibility as well as personalization and the use of modern technology to your workout regime. To give students who find going to the gym a harder option, these classes allow participants to work out while having fun. This is Chanvik Kanaju for Buckingham News.
The University of Buckingham teamed up with MK Dons football team last year, and as Milton Keynes is celebrating its 50th birthday, MK Dons are offering free tickets. Tamalore Tayo Ayatibo has more on the story.
The university formed a partnership with MK Dons in the summer of 2016, giving students the opportunity to take advantage of voluntary and internship placements within the club. To celebrate the 50th birthday of Milton Keynes, the club is offering a free ticket to anyone with an MK postcode, including all students at the University of Buckingham. The initiative, called the Gift of Football, will give ticket holders the chance to see a professional football game firsthand. University students are also given the chance to volunteer as game makers at the League One game against Bolton, supporting the club, who expects to welcome a massive crowd on the 4th of February fixture.
I think it's a really exciting proposition. Commemorating Milton Keynes' 50th birthday. I mean, how many people get the chance to live through their own city's 50th birthday? We've got a unique opportunity in Milton Keynes, and I wanted to make it very special. We've got a great game. It's the first game after the birthday, and it turned out to be Bolton. That's a championship game in any normal season, and so it's a good quality football match.
Yesterday evening, representatives of MK Dons came to the university's Old Town Law Mill to give Buckingham residents the chance to easily redeem their tickets. The celebration of MK and its leading sports team showed the relationship between its team, its town, and the university, which is now its partner. This is Tamara Taitiba for Buckingham News.
It's a gift, and it's the gift of football. Happy birthday, Milton Keynes.
And now, back to the studio.
The matriculation ceremony for the January intake at the University of Buckingham was held on January 28th at the Parish Church of St Peter and St Paul. All new first-year students were invited to the local church for the first significant step on their path of university studies. Autumn Tang reports.
The heads of all departments greeted the university newly students, who had entered the university just 3 weeks ago. 2 ceremonies took place, with the Vice-Chancellor and the President of Students' Units wishing the freshers all the best.
The matriculation is an official occasion of inter-university, or of allowing to enter it by following central academic requirements.
I think it's a very important event for the students because it's more like formally welcoming them into the university. So it's not just enough that they are members of or students of the university, but that they are formally inaugurated as students of the university.
The students were welcomed by the deans of various departments, such as medicine, science, humanities, as well as business, law school, and foundation. The members of the student union also talked about the social life in the university and how they can support students in various situations.
It's really just a chance to have a bit of ceremony and to tell people some facts and to see some faces, to hear from these top staff, to hear a bit about the history of the university, to hear from the students about what they're doing. And it's very short, it's all over in under an hour. And then there are nice photographs at the end of it with all your classmates. So I think it's very special.
About 200 students joined this formal event last Saturday. Officially be welcomed into the university. This ceremony means that of graduation, all of the students will hope to be completing at the end of their degrees. This is Optimism Tang reporting for Buckingham News.
January is of course the month of New Year's resolutions and the failing thereof. So ending the first month of 2017 with National Chocolate Cake Day seems unfair for all those New Year dieters. If you're going to fail your resolution, why not fail in style by following Nolly Liswanuso's recipe?
National Chocolate Cake Day has been with us for over 150 years. So in order to join in on the occasion, we are going to show you how to make one.
To follow this recipe, you will need 8 ounces of flour, 12.5 ounces of caster sugar, 3 ounces of cocoa, 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 free-range eggs, 9 ounces of milk, and 9 ounces of boiling water. First, preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, then grease the sandwich tin. Place all the ingredients except the boiling water into a large mixing bowl and beat the mixture until smooth and well combined. Add the boiling water mixture little at a time until smooth. Place the butter in the sandwich tin and bake in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes. Finally, remove the cake from the oven and allow to completely cool before icing. In order to make the icing, you will need 7 ounces of plain dark chocolate and 7 ounces of double cream. Heat the chocolate and cream in a saucepan over low heat until the chocolate melts. Remove the pan from the heat and whisk the mixture until smooth, glossy, and thickened. Set aside to cool for about 1 to 2 hours or until thick enough to spread over the cake.
If you follow this recipe, you will be well on your way to successfully celebrating and enjoying National Cake Day. This is Nolly Liswanuso for Buckingham News.
Thank you for watching Buckingham News. We'll see you next week.